Ever wondered why some designs just feel more cohesive and effective? Well, the answer lies in the unseen structure behind the creative process. Join me as we explore the secret to organizational design and discover how to unlock your full design potential. So without further ado, let's get started. So here we are in Photoshop, and I go by the name Escali. Thank you for joining me for today's tutorial. While we create this amazing and stunning design you see on your screen, we will also dive into the key principles of designs that can help and guide us through our successful sample design project. So let's go ahead and close this document and create a new one. I'll be using a document size of 10 by 10 inches with a resolution of 300 pixels per inch. Let's create a purple rectangle across our workspace. Before I continue, make sure you have subscribed to my channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon so you don't miss any content I post on this platform. If you want to practice along this tutorial, you'll find the link to the asset files, including the color code used in this tutorial, in the description below. So today, we'll be looking at how best alignment, proximity, repetition, contrast, and white space can help us in our workflow in designing. But before that, let's go ahead and bring in our very first image to serve as a hook in our design. Let's scale it to its rightful proportion and bring it beneath the rectangle layer. Reposition it to your preference. In graphic design, a hook refers to a visual element that grabs the viewer's attention, draws them in, and encourages engagement. A hook can be an eye-catchy image, icon, graphics, and so on. If you want to know more tips of a good hook and how it can help in your workflow, make sure you comment details. And if I see the responses are pretty wild, I'll make a separate video on that in our future tutorials. To make sure our design is organized, we will first bring in our ruler guides to help us align our work perfectly. Select View from the top menu. Scroll down to Guides and choose New Guide Layout. Enter 3 for the columns, 6 for the rows, 2 for the width, 100 for the gutters, and 200 for the margins, and press OK. Let's go ahead and create the title for our design. In here, I'll be using a font called Montserrat and a font variable of medium with a font size of 36.65. And I'll go ahead and type in my title, which is African Life. Now let's go ahead and bring in our next text. Let's bring in a ruler to align that with the title. In this case, I'll be using a font called Myriad Pro, a font variable of regular, and a font size of 12. And let's go ahead and separate the body text from the subtitles. Let's reduce the leading to 18. And as at this point, with the use of contrast and proximity, we are going to show the relationship between the body text and the subtitles. But before that, let's understand what a contrast is. A contrast in text refers to the visual distinction of text elements, making them stand out from each other and enhancing readability. So, contrast in text can occur in different ways, and some of these ways are size, color, and the weight of a font, and so on. By applying contrast effectively, you can create clear readability and visual appealing text. So, in here, we are going to use contrast by size and weight. Let's go ahead and multiply the subtitles by 1.618 and change the font variables to bold. So now, let's duplicate the title and use that to number our points. Let's duplicate these layers and fill in the other parts of the information. Since they are all in the same format, I'm going to wrap up so it doesn't take much of your time. So now, let's go ahead and create 3 green rectangles here to make the design feel more cohesive and attractive to the eye, and also serve as a balance to the design. As of this point, let's go ahead and bring in some 3 different Afrocentric icons to fill in the green spaces and also give meaning to the design as well. Alright, lastly, let's underline the title with a green stroke to give it a visual balance. Perfect. Now, we can clear the guides to see how our final design looks like. Alright, this is good. Let's look at a clear overview of the principles of design used and how they helped this project. 1. We can see proximity, which is a fundamental principle of graphic design that refers to a strategic placement of related visual elements to create a clear relationship between them. Now, the visual elements in this design are as follows. 1. We have the green rounded rectangles. 2. We have the Afrocentric icons. 3. We have the aligned body text. 4. We have the subtitles. 5. We have the numerals or the numberings. 6. We have the subject or the main image. And you can see how we deliberately grouped everything in order to make them visually appealing. And yes, this is the power of grouping elements using proximity. It will make your project feel more belonging and well organized. And we can also see contrast, which is creating visual distinction or differences between elements. In this design project, you can see how we deliberately made the subtitles bold, which separates them from the body text. This is because subtitles are meant to give you a hint of what to expect in the body text. The use of the green icons also creates high contrast, juxtaposing the need to give the Afrocentric icons value. Probably, this is the first thing most of you will first look at when you open or view this design. Lastly, we can see repetition. Repetition in design refers to the consistent use of visual elements such as color, typography, shapes, texture, imagery, and so on. So, you can see how we repeated the green rectangles 3 times, the numerals and the subtitles and the body text. This helps to improve readability and also helps to create cohesive visual language. So, this brings us to the end of this tutorial. Before you leave, make sure you have subscribed to this channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notification icon so you don't miss any content I post on this platform. You can also practice this in your own way and share it with me at the comment section. Thank you for your time.